Kofi, I'm leaving. I'm going with Kwame. He has promised me a new life, a life full of excitement and adventure. I need to follow my heart. Kofi felt like his world was falling apart. In a small village called Nyaneba, surrounded by green fields and tall trees, lived a kind man named Kofi. He was known for his hard work and gentle heart. Kofi loved his wife, Ama, more than anything in the world. They had been married for 5 years and were very happy together. Their home was a small hut made of mud and straw, with a garden full of colorful flowers. Every morning, Kofi would wake up early to work on his farm. He grew maize, beans, and yams. Ama would prepare breakfast for him, and they would sit together, enjoying the cool morning air. Life in Nyaneba was simple and peaceful. The village was a place where everyone knew each other, and neighbors often helped one another. Ama was a beautiful woman with a kind smile. She was very good at weaving baskets and mats, which she sold at the village market. Kofi admired Ama for her skills and her loving nature. They dreamed of having children and growing old together in their village. One day, a man named Kwame came to Nyaneba. He was tall and handsome, with a smooth way of talking. Kwame quickly made friends in the village and often visited Kofi and Ama. At first, Kofi welcomed him warmly, not knowing how much Kwame would change their lives. Before Kwame arrived, Kofi and Ama's life was filled with joy and contentment. They worked hard every day, but they were happy because they had each other. Kofi loved working on his farm. He enjoyed planting seeds and watching them grow into healthy crops. Ama loved weaving and often spent hours creating beautiful baskets and mats. She was very proud when people in the village admired her work. Kofi and Ama supported each other in everything they did. When the rains were too heavy and washed away Kofi's crops, Ama would comfort him and help him start again. When Ama struggled with a difficult weaving pattern, Kofi would encourage her and tell her she could do it. They faced many challenges together, but their love and teamwork helped them overcome every obstacle. In the evenings, after a long day of work, they would sit outside their hut, watching the stars and talking about their dreams. They dreamed of having children and teaching them about farming and weaving. They wanted to build a bigger house and live a long, happy life together. The people in the village loved Kofi and Ama. They were always kind and helpful to others. Kofi would often carve wooden toys for the children in the village, and Ama would teach the young girls how to weave. They were a beloved couple, known for their generosity and kindness. But even in the happiest of times, sometimes things can change in unexpected ways. Ama began to feel restless. She loved Kofi, but she started to feel that something was missing. She couldn't explain it, but the feeling grew stronger each day. It was around this time that Kwame came into their lives, and everything began to change. Kwame was unlike anyone Ama had ever met. He came from a distant town and had many stories to tell. He talked about places far beyond Nyaneba and made everything sound exciting and new. Ama found herself drawn to his stories and his carefree spirit. Kwame often visited while Kofi was working in the fields, and he and Ama would talk for hours. At first, Ama felt guilty about her growing attraction to Kwame. She tried to push the feelings away, reminding herself of her love for Kofi and their life together. But Kwame's charm was hard to resist. He made her feel special and alive in a way she hadn't felt in a long time. Slowly, she began to distance herself from Kofi. Kofi noticed the change in Ama. She became quieter and more distant. She no longer greeted him with her usual warmth when he returned from the fields. When he asked her what was wrong, she would smile and say she was just tired. Kofi wanted to believe her, but deep down, he knew something was wrong. One evening, Kofi came home to find Ama and Kwame talking and laughing together. His heart sank. He didn't know what to do. He loved Ama and didn't want to lose her, but he didn't know how to compete with Kwame. He tried to talk to Amma about his feelings, but she assured him that Kwame was just a friend. Kofi wanted to trust her, but the doubt continued to grow. Absolutely, let's continue with the story, deepening the narrative and exploring the emotional journey of Kofi, Amma, and Kwame. We'll build on the established foundation, gradually weaving in the complexities and touching moments. Amma's feelings for Kwame grew stronger with each passing day. She couldn't help but be enchanted by his stories and the promise of a different life. Kwame spoke of adventures, of towns bustling with people, and of places filled with excitement. Amma began to imagine herself in those places, living a life that was vastly different from her quiet existence in Nyaneba. One afternoon, as Kofi was tending to his crops, Amma and Kwame sat by the river. The sound of the flowing water filled the air and the sunlight danced on the surface. Kwame looked at Amma and said, "Amma, you deserve more than this. You deserve to see the world, to experience everything it has to offer. Come with me. Let's start a new life together." Amma's heart raced. She thought of Kofi, of their life together, but the temptation of a new beginning was too strong. She looked at Kwame and nodded. "Yes, I will come with you." That evening, Amma packed her belongings. She felt a mix of excitement and guilt. She knew she was hurting Kofi, but she couldn't deny her desire for a different life. When Kofi returned home, he found Amma with her bag packed, ready to leave. "Amma, where are you going?" Kofi asked, his voice filled with confusion and fear. Amma took a deep breath, her eyes filling with tears. "Kofi, I'm leaving. I'm going with Kwame. He has promised me a new life, a life full of excitement and adventure. I need to follow my heart." Kofi felt like his world was falling apart. He pleaded with Amma to stay, to reconsider, but her mind was made up. She hugged him one last time and walked out the door, leaving Kofi standing there, heartbroken and alone. Kofi watched as Amma and Kwame walked away, disappearing into the distance. He felt a deep sadness, a pain that he had never known before. He loved Amma with all his heart, and now she was gone. He didn't know how he would go on without her. Amma and Kwame settled in a nearby town. At first, everything seemed perfect. They rented a small house, and Kwame found work as a trader. Amma enjoyed the new experiences and the excitement of town life. She believed she had made the right decision by leaving Nyaneba. A few months after they settled, Amma discovered she was pregnant. She was overjoyed and couldn't wait to tell Kwame. When she did, Kwame seemed happy, and they began making plans for their future. They talked about the baby, about the life they would build together. However, as Amma's pregnancy progressed, Kwame began to change. He became distant and irritable. He often came home late and spent little time with Amma. She tried to talk to him about her concerns, but he brushed her off, saying he was stressed about work. One evening, when Amma was 8 months pregnant, Kwame came home and announced that he was leaving. Amma was shocked and heartbroken. "Why, Kwame? Why are you leaving me now, when I need you the most?" Kwame looked away, unable to meet her eyes. "Amma, I can't do this anymore. I never wanted this responsibility. I need to go." Amma begged him to stay, to think about their unborn child, but Kwame was resolute. He left, leaving Amma alone and devastated. She cried for days, feeling abandoned and hopeless. She had no one to turn to and no idea how she would manage on her own. Amma's struggle began the moment Kwame walked out the door. She was heavily pregnant and alone in a town where she knew few people. She had no job, no income, and no support system. The days were long and filled with worry as she tried to figure out how she would care for herself and her baby. She managed to scrape by with the little savings she had, but as the due date approached, her situation became increasingly desperate. Amma realized that she had made a terrible mistake by leaving Kofi, but she felt too ashamed and afraid to return to the village. The birth of her baby was both a joyous and terrifying experience. She gave birth to a healthy baby boy whom she named Kwesi. Holding him in her arms for the first time, she felt a surge of love and determination. She promised herself that she would do whatever it took to provide for him. Ama tried to find work, but it was difficult with a newborn to care for. She took on small weaving jobs, just enough to buy food and essentials for Kwesi. Despite the hardships, she cherished every moment with her son. His laughter and smiles gave her the strength to keep going. One evening, as she rocked Kwesi to sleep, Ama thought about Kofi. She wondered if he could ever forgive her for what she had done. She missed him terribly and longed for the safety and comfort of their old life. With a heavy heart, she made a decision. She would swallow her pride and return to Nayaneba. She had to try and make things right, not just for herself, but for Kwesi as well. 9 months after she had left, Ama stood in front of Kofi's door, her heart pounding. She had traveled back to Nayaneba with Kwesi, hoping that Kofi would take her back. She knocked on the door, feeling a mix of fear and hope. Kofi opened the door and froze when he saw Ama standing there, holding a baby. His mind raced with 1,000 thoughts and emotions. "Ama, what are you doing here?" he asked, his voice filled with shock. Ama's eyes filled with tears. "Kofi, I'm so sorry. I made a terrible mistake. Kwame left me, and I've been struggling to take care of Kwesi on my own. Please, can you find it in your heart to forgive me and help us?" Kofi was silent for a long time, his eyes fixed on the baby in Ama's arms. He felt a surge of anger and betrayal, but also a deep sadness for what Ama had gone through. He could see the desperation in her eyes and knew that she was sincere. Finally, he stepped aside and motioned for her to come in. "Ama, I don't know if I can ever forget what happened, but I can't turn you away. Come inside, and let's talk." Ama entered the hut, grateful beyond words. She sat down with Kofi and told him everything that had happened. She spoke of her regrets and her love for him, hoping that he could understand and forgive her. Kofi listened, his heart heavy with conflicting emotions. The days that followed were difficult for both Kofi and Ama. They had to navigate the pain and betrayal that still lingered between them. Kofi struggled with his feelings of hurt and anger, but he also saw how much Ama had suffered. He knew that she was genuinely remorseful and wanted to make things right. Slowly, they began to rebuild their relationship. Kofi helped Ama take care of Kwesi, who quickly won his heart with his innocent smiles and laughter. The villagers were surprised to see Ama back, but they welcomed her and offered their support. They admired Kofi for his willingness to forgive and give Ama a second chance. Kofi and Ama worked together to create a new life for their little family. They faced many challenges, but their love for Kwesi and their renewed commitment to each other gave them the strength to overcome them. Ama resumed her weaving, and Kofi continued to work in the fields. They found joy in the simple moments and the knowledge that they were building a better future for their son. One evening, as they sat by the fire, Kofi looked at Ama and said, "Ama, I want you to know that I forgive you. It hasn't been easy, but I believe in second chances. Let's make this work, for Kwesi and for us." Ama's eyes filled with tears of gratitude. "Thank you, Kofi. I promise I will never let you down again. I love you." With Kofi's forgiveness, Ama felt a weight lift off her shoulders. They started anew, their bond stronger than ever. Raising Kwesi together brought them closer, and they found joy in watching him grow and discover the world around him. Kofi and Ama became an even more integral part of the village community. They were a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the importance of family. The villagers often spoke of their story as a reminder that everyone deserves a second chance. Years went by, and Kofi and Ama's love only grew stronger. They taught Kwesi the values of kindness, hard work, and forgiveness. He grew up surrounded by love and the wisdom of his parents' experiences. In the end, Kofi and Ama's story was one of redemption and the enduring power of love. They had faced incredible hardships and made mistakes, but they had also found the strength to forgive and rebuild. Their journey was a reminder that no matter how difficult the path, love and forgiveness can light the way to a brighter future. The lesson of this story is the power of forgiveness and the importance of second chances. It teaches us that 1. Forgiveness heals. Holding on to anger and resentment can keep wounds open, but forgiveness allows healing and growth. Kofi's decision to forgive Ama allowed both of them to heal and rebuild their lives. 2. Second chances. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's important to give people a chance to make amends and prove themselves. Ama's return and Kofi's willingness to give her another chance exemplify this. 3. Love and commitment. True love requires effort, patience, and understanding. Kofi and Ama's commitment to each other and their family, despite the challenges they faced, shows the strength of love and dedication. 4. Resilience and strength. Both Kofi and Ama demonstrated resilience. Ama faced her mistakes and sought to make things right, while Kofi found the strength to forgive and move forward. 5. Community support. The support of the village community played a crucial role in their journey, highlighting the importance of having a strong support system in times of need. Overall, the story underscores the themes of love, forgiveness, redemption, and the belief that even when we stray from our paths, it is possible to find our way back and create a better future. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe for more videos. Thanks.